Today, we're going to be testing the Flatiron Pepper Company pizza peppers. Say that 10 times fast. Hi, and welcome to Yeti at Large. This is a channel focused on making the most out of what you have, no matter where you're at. Thanks for tuning in and helping out. Now, before we even begin, let's take a very close look at these. You'll see many of the different types of peppers with clear, good colors and a lot of the seeds. Anybody who's familiar with cooking with peppers knows that the seeds are where a lot of the heat comes from, and we covet those most times in our recipes.
Had a comment recently asking for some of my bona fides, my bona fides for hot sauce and what kind of person I am when it comes to having heat. And I want to show you my fridge. I have not staged this. This is real. It's not perfect. But this tiny little fridge is what I have in my kitchen, and here's where I'm at today. Cheap beer, homegrown eggs, bacon and cheese for our next thing. I always keep a can of garbanzo beans, chickpeas in the fridge for our hummus. If they're cold, your hummus grinds up better. Garlic, my stock. Here is my maceration of my homegrown habaneros, and you can see how they've all separated, meaning they're fully macerated in the vinegar. This is ready to make a batch of habanero hot sauce.
And if you've been watching this channel, you know Charo the habanero. Here she is covered in pollen, setting more fruit. This plant just won't quit. After the next round of fruit settles, I'll give her a good shake to make sure everything's pollinated.
This is my homemade Carolina Reaper hot sauce. And I always keep a couple of gallons in old iced tea containers. This is a Tapatio Valentino kind of knockoff with store-bought powdered cayenne, powdered onion, powdered garlic, and a little xanthan gum. Friends ask for refills all the time, so I keep a gallon in my fridge. And here is a gallon of my homemade Thai green chili, jalapeno, and serrano hot sauce. I need to plant some more peppers to make more. As you can see, I'm running out. Those are my bona fides. I love hot sauce. I grew up around it. I grow peppers, I make hot sauce. So when I tell you to try something, it's coming from a place of a deep-seated personal importance. I need to clean this fridge. One of the best ways to test a seasoning mix of any design is on just a couple of eggs. It gives you a predictable flavor palette. Anybody who's watched this channel for any length of time knows I prefer to crack my eggs into a soup cup and then into the pan I'm cooking them in. It's better. I don't want to put any salt on this. I am only going to put the Flatiron Pepper Company pepper mix. And we're going to taste these. And judging by the color on my eggs, you'd think I'd just learned how to cook over easy eggs yesterday. Let's go for it. The peppers have a sweetness that comes out first. A little smokiness. They're complex. They got a little heat, but not overbearing. And you're picking up definite notes of caramel. They almost have a chocolatey feel to them without being overbearing or waxy. And again, not overly hot. I give these an A+ for these eggs. So since these were designed to be pizza peppers, I think it's only fair to give them a test in a similar environment. Now, I don't have any pizza in front of me, and I'm not going to make pizza for you today, but melted cheese will do the trick. So let's make a quesadilla. The quesadilla method is simple. You toast the tortilla on one side until you start to see the clear sections leave and the bubbles lift up a little bit. Then we flip it. We'll cheese the entirety. Once you see the cheese start to melt, fold it over. And we'll go with a plain cheese quesadilla. That way we have no other flavors competing with our analysis of the Flatiron Pepper Company Pizza Pepper Blend. All right, we see the bubbles starting to lift. The clear sections are gone. And since this is for me, I'm gonna touch it with my bare hands. And I'm gonna cheese it with some Tillamook sharp cheddar. And I didn't grate up a lot. This is not gonna be a super cheese, just enough for the purposes of what we're gonna do today. And I don't even mind getting a little cheese on the edge and having it get crispy. Fold it in half. And I think it's only fair that the Flatiron Pepper Company, you'll never go back to generic pepper flakes again, gets a full opportunity. Let's put it in contact with the cheese directly. Did I miss a spot? Thank you. There we go. All right. Get a good crease. Move it to the middle of the pan. Once we get the same dark color everywhere, we'll do that. So if I realize that section was warmer, I'll flip it around and get the heat on the other side. 30 seconds on this side, 30 seconds on the other, and we'll eat. Good color. Let's cut. Now, if you've been watching this channel for any length of time, you'll know I have strong opinions about the pizza wheel, the pastry cutter. You see how that's curved like the fork on a bicycle? Everywhere I go, I see people holding it like this and trying to drive it and having no control. I will tell you, this is meant to be used straight grip, straight down. Your wrist is not bent, so you're not going to get repetitive injuries in the kitchen, and you get a good strong rip on it. I'm a southpaw, and we have a video on this, essential bakery equipment, the pastry cutter. YouTube, I'll ask you to forgive me. I know my lighting is terrible, my audio is terrible, but it doesn't change the fact that this food is amazing. So, I've got sour cream and salsa because you can't eat a quesadilla without it. You can see the Flatiron chili pepper mix inside there. We're going to try it just plain though, so that we don't have anything interfering with our flavor profile. Pizza peppers on melted cheese. Those are delicious. Again, the melted cheese, the fats in the cheese, just pick the peppers up and carry them. They've got good flavor, a little bit of heat, and all those complex notes we talked about with the eggs. But let's add just a little bit of salsa. Cheese. Chefs have the worst table manners on the planet, just so you know. Needless to say, if you have these in your packet drawer, you're going to be a rock star. I found the flavor to be complex and enjoyable. The heat wasn't overbearing, and you saw we put a generous pour on both the eggs and the quesadilla. Certainly the melted cheese and the oils in the quesadilla brought the heat profile up, and I'm sitting here with that real pleasant, mild afterburn that I enjoy so much about spicy foods. I was introduced to these guys a few days ago by someone in the food service industry, and they suggested I give them a go, and I was sure glad I tried them. I looked at the website on the packet and called the number, and I think it was Mike answered right away, and he said, "What's up?" And I told him who I was and where I was, and that I just found their product, and I thought that they were off the chain good. He thought he was grateful that I tried the products, and I let him know I was going to be placing a small order soon. I reached out to him and I ordered the jalapeno green. It looks like it'd be great for breakfast burritos. And I ordered the Asian reds because I really like Szechuan style cuisine, and I thought those would be two good shelf stable products. You've really got to show a lot of respect and love for people who are going to put it all on the line and take the risk of opening a food service company. These are people that had a real passion for something. They saw an obvious area where they could make a tremendous improvement, and they created a top quality product. The interesting thing is these are probably the safest bet that they could do to ensure that the company had revenue and consistent use. Just imagine as their company grows the other amazing things they'll do when they have a little more courage, some of the great ideas they have. I strongly recommend you give these guys a try. There'll be a link in the description down below for their website and their YouTube channel. It's small, but it's a
Point of reference help you remember and find them really easy. Thank you so much for joining us today on Yeti at Large. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned. Later this afternoon, we're going to work on our glazed donut bacon cheeseburger. Might even throw some of these on it.